Oh, hello, mate. How are you? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. What did I just wrap? John Lewis Flares. I remember. Oh, lots to wrap. Oh, my lunch break, she is popping up. Good timing. On the lunch break, eh? I wish. Yeah, just trying to get some wrapping done. I've had quite a lot of sales over the last day or so on well, mainly vintage, but yeah, I've got, I don't know, I think I must have wrapped about 15 to 20 parcels already. And now I'm still going. I'm trying, what's the time? 20 to 1. I'm trying to get them all wrapped by like 2 o'clock and then get them sent before I can pick the kids up. 3D print waves, how are you? Oh, is that you, Wayne? I recognise the name. I might be lying. I'm not sure. You're an adorable looking human. Well, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I've never been called that before. What's up, Rosie? Cecile, how are you? Hello, bald. Hello. They like the beard, obviously. Yeah, it must be the beard. You look great today. Well, thank you. Must be the way I brushed my hair this morning. You look like you bench a lot. No, unfortunately not anymore. My shoulders doesn't work anymore. Hope everyone's well, whatever it is you're doing in the world. What am I looking for? That. Oh, Mick, I'm on my last box, so I've got, I don't know, about 10 bags worth of bags left, and I'm out. Gutted. Absolutely gutted. What am I going to do once my bags run out? I know. Uncle, do you have a wife yet? Uncle, I'm getting old. I do. I have a missus, yes. I know, Mick. I don't know what I'm going to do when they run out. I need Bonza back ASAP. Bring back Bonza. What are you doing? I'm just wrapping parcels that I've sold. I'm from Indonesia. Wow, that's cool. Welcome. Bonza starts soon, hopefully I'll have more. Yeah, I know, Mick. I'm desperate. I've got about 2 boxes left of tape left, which I'll need because this isn't even sticking down. Have I got any tape in here? No. I'll have to rewrap that one in a minute. Clarks they were. Hi mate, been watching your for a few weeks and have this week dipped into Vinted, and less so the eBay world made sales so far. How are you finding it? Better or worse than eBay? Yeah, I'm well, I think I was just saying at the beginning of the stream, I've sold between 40 and 50 items, and I think 90% of them have been on Vinted. So yeah, Vinted's definitely a lot better for me. Why is it light there? It's already night here. Oh, is it? It's 12:45 midday here. Can you buy the same bags online? I don't think so. These are from. I'll show you. These are from Base, like the designer clothing shop. So when they shut down, they got rid of all their bags, and that's how I ended up acquiring them. But I know a man who has loads of them, and I bought loads of them. Well, I thought I bought loads of them. Apparently not enough. I did buy a good few thousand bags, I think. The sticker's definitely gone on these. Never done any selling before, so I've watched you and chatting to a mate, decided to give it a go. Yeah, why not? What sort of stuff are you selling, Cop? Bit of everything, or like clothing? What are you into? I'm just going to get some tape, 2 seconds. Oh, I'm back. Do you have brown sauce? Are you full English? I do, yeah, I'm a brown sauce man. Yep. Seems only right. Got to be brown sauce, isn't it? What were they? A pair of Vans. DPD. Never shipped really with DPD. Bit annoying. Bit out of my way. Stuff from around the house has been boxed up forever. Sold 2 cameras, footy shirt, kids scooter, gym drinking bottle. Nice. Yeah, it's the best way to start, Cop. Yeah, just anything that's indoors that you don't use. At the end of the day, if it's sat indoors and it's just collecting dust, you might as well sell it. Just want to do that again. Listing whilst driving back to pack some parcels. Have a lovely day. Look after yourself, Rest. Liverpool. No, I'm from London, if that's what you mean. Oh, is it, Mick? Are you going? You lost me, Jack. You lost me. Run out of space to put things. What's next? Cards Against Humanity. Remember when you used to be able to sell these on eBay? You can't anymore. They don't let you anymore. They get restricted. It's usually fairly good, but a lot of competition. Yeah, I've heard that, Mick. I have heard that. How's things? All right, Will. How are you, mate? Yeah, not bad, not bad. Trying to recoup some money from the MOT that decided to fail yesterday, the day before. Lovely. Just after I paid my tax for the year. I was doing the MOT and then that decided to go wrong. Lovely. Say it comes in threes, doesn't it? Got me in the wife's good book, cleared some stuff and made a few quid. Nice. That's what you need, cop. That's what you need. Get out of the doghouse. Get yourself out of the doghouse. That can stay there. Oh, I hate wrapping. Have you been to Ben's house? Yeah, of course I have. Yeah, I was there last night, funnily enough. Yeah. I'm always at Ben's, always. Oh, let's get some more bits and bobs. Oh. Do the trainers first. Bad luck to put trainers on the table, isn't it? What were they? They were shoes, weren't they? Royal Mail. That's what I prefer. Prefer shipping to Royal Mail. Definitely my easiest one. Millwall bottle the playoffs. Yeah, probably. I'll just be happy if we get into the playoffs, to be fair. No one expected us to be fifth in the league. Especially not this far down into the season. I'd be happy to finish in the top half, to be fair. Considering like the injuries we've had as well, we've had a lot of injuries. To the shop you get rag bags from deliver. I got a one off eBay, not the greatest to be fair. Oh really? No, it's not that I know of. I always collect mine. Yeah, I've never really bought rag bags, not in person, or like mystery bags, mystery boxes. I've got a good friend who bought a mystery vintage box the other day, and it was awful. His name's Neil's Flipping Tips. You can he's on TikTok. He's quite Sorry. He's quite well followed on TikTok. Yeah, he always he's quite honest about what he buys and stuff. And there's a video on there, you'll see it, and the stuff was awful. Millwall Wrexham Saturday. Yeah, it's a massive game Saturday for both teams. Wrexham are doing really well. That Hollywood money's doing them wonders, isn't it? Doing them a world of good, that Hollywood money. Do you use Impost? I like that method, really easy, as I have the lockers nearby. Had one, every was a pain. I love Impost. Impost is definitely my preferred way of sending. It's so easy, isn't it? You just turn up any time of the day. All you got to do is scan your little barcode or print your labels or whatever. Yeah, definitely a fan of Impost. 100%. Good afternoon. Afternoon, Tel. Hope you're well. Deadpool's on our side, love. Yeah. Got that Deadpool money. Deadpool cash. So the trouble is, the amount of money that they're putting into Wrexham at the moment, surely they really need to keep going up, really, to keep one, the hold of the players, two, to make their money back. I think what they've done with the club's amazing. They have done a really good job there, and you can tell that they actually do love the club, which is what you want. That's what you want out of your owners. You want your owners to love the club. It's the same as the old Millwall owner, John Berylson. He died a couple of years ago, I think, in a car crash, but he was great for the club. He was very well loved, done lots for the club. Great bloke. Cameron, hi. Hope you are well. Side seems to have lost its stick. Ah, Glynis, afternoon. How are you? Hope you're well. Yeah, not bad. Not too bad. Apart from having to wrap untold amount of items. But that's a good thing. I'm not complaining, just getting it done. Hello, mate. Are you on TikTok? Yeah, Pelican, I do use TikTok a little bit. It's the same handle as YouTube, if you would like to have a little look. I need to use it more. All good, just in the car on the way to the food bank. Nice, Glynis. Nice. That's so good that you do that. I'm such a fan of anyone who does charity work. I think it's absolutely amazing. What time is it? I'm from Pakistan. The time is 5:56 p.m. The time here is 12:57 p.m. Just after lunch, just after midday. I can't get this non-stick, so we will use another one. You ain't posted anything on Vinted in a couple of days. Do you know what? Yesterday was probably the first day in, I couldn't tell you how long, that I didn't post anything. Yeah, didn't post a single thing at all on either eBay or Vinted. Didn't post a thing. I posted a few bits this morning. I posted about 10 things this morning. And once I've wrapped all this, sent all this, picked the kids up from school, and then when I get back tonight, I'll probably put the telly on, watch a film or something, or see if there's any football on. I don't know if there is any football on tonight. I know there is. Yeah, it's Man City, Newcastle. So I'll probably stick that on and list a load more. And yeah, try and recoup some money from the MOT. Can you let us know how you packaged vacuum break down in pieces? Do you bubble wrap? Yeah. So I tend to only buy the vacuums that fold down. So like the Sharks, the Dysons, the ones that you can break apart. And I usually bubble wrap them, box them, and then I either use, if I've got any, like void fill, like brown parcel paper, or like bags for life, stuff like that. Stick that in the box as well, so it stops it shaking about. I've been getting notifications today. Yeah, Cop, exactly. Yeah, I know. Let's not discuss the footy, thanks. Oh. Who are you support, Dennis? I didn't ask. I'm assuming from that message, Chelsea. Oh no, I know you're West Ham. Oh, I know you are. Yeah, let's not discuss the footy. Not after last week. Oh, yeah. Let's avoid. Oh dear. 2-0 up. Oh, do you know what? I think after West Ham scored their second goal, Chelsea just looked unbelievable, didn't they? Got 2 imposts in the village, one in the next street, and one. Yeah, they're everywhere, Chuck, aren't they? I mean, I literally cried. I think I would have done as well. I did see Adama Traore looking for a tear up though, which I thought was quite funny. I think João Pedro pushed him and thought, pushed the wrong bloke here. Adama Traore turned around and that was it, wasn't it? All hell broke loose. Yeah, every impost is everywhere, isn't it? I love it. I love the fact it's all over the place. That's what I mean. There's one. It's not near me, but it's not too far away. It's about a 10-minute drive, but there's 2 massive. You know, like the lockers. It's got a massive one. Then it's got another one next to it. There's probably over like 100 compartment slots. So it's wicked. Like, because sometimes, obviously, I send quite a lot of stuff at once. So I don't like to go to ones and there's not enough room. Oh, it winds me up. And then you end up having to go to another one anyway. So I always go to this one. And yeah, I'd say I'd probably send like 20 every parcel, vintage parcel. Oh, get your words out, Ash. 20 impost parcels, and I never have to go to another one, so it's a right touch for me. I find vintage sell under £7. Do you find this and selling brackets different items? Yeah, you can still get some really good prices on vintage. Like I've sold, what have I sold since yesterday? I sold a pair of ice skates for £32. I sold a Magimix mixer, food processor, that sold for £45. I sold some other ice skating stuff for like £20 to £25 each. But then a lot of the parcels that I'm wrapping at the minute are sort of under a tenner. There is a lot though. Like I sold the Magics earlier, they sold for £35 or £40, I can't remember. But yeah, I always tend to price lower on vintage anyway, because vintage I find is the lower price points. Whereas the way I see it is you can post it on eBay and you can wait 6 months for it to sell, or you can post it on vintage and take a percentage less of what you think it's worth, but it sells quicker. That's my thinking. That's how I tend to think. But this Carhartt hat, I got this out of the rag bags. This sold for £20. That was on vintage as well. Oh yeah, this is another part of the ice hockey stuff. I think these are like elbow pads. They sold for like 17 or 18 quid. But I do agree, like vintage is vintage I think is like a really quick turnover sort of thing. I think when you're listing on Vinted, I think the best thing to do is list it reasonably cheap, and then hopefully it sells within like the first few hours of you listing it. And then I think anything over that, like after like a day or two, I tend to like lower the prices. That's what I tend to do. Up the Millwall, shout out to Sorrel, maybe shout out to Sorrel, Mabel, and Milo. Do you ever worry about running low on stock? When I first started, like when I first went self-employed, I did worry a bit, yeah. But now over the last 2 years, I have so much stock, it's unbelievable. And I've actually sort of not been buying a lot recently. So, like other than the rag, I haven't really been buying a lot, and it's mainly to combat the piles of stuff that I have got, and I've still got loads. 20 quid, great, hats off to you. Yeah, Chuck, exactly. Do you post the same items on both platforms, or decide the cheaper ones are Vinted, the more expensive? So the more expensive ones I'll post to both, and the cheaper ones I'll only post to Vinted. I tend to have anything that's over a tenner I'll post to both. Anything under a tenner I'll post just to Vinted. We've arrived, got to run, answer your messages. Glennis, yeah, sorry, I will. After this, I will message you, I promise. But have fun today. Hope you get lots done. Yeah, stock when I first got into the game, I was always a little bit worried. Yeah, I did. I've got them, Chuck. They're sat at the unit on the shelf because I haven't put them up yet. Because I'm an idiot. But yes, I will get them up. Oh, I just have every intention to do things, and then I don't know, and then something else will just grab my attention, and I'll do that instead. I find it so hard to like, I don't know, to do one thing, like to focus on one thing. Can you discuss the keywords you use to sell Nike, etc. trainers on Vinted? So what can I say as an example? Like for example, like the ASICS trainers that I sold or that I packed a minute ago, they were I think they were gel Kayano 30s. So they're quite a newer model. But what I do is I tend to, so my title's always like ASICS, Gel Kayano, 30s, all black, and then it'll be like the size, that's the title. And then in my descriptions, I'll always write a little bit. I don't tend to write a lot, so I always write like in good condition. If there's anything wrong, I'll list what's wrong with it. If there's nothing wrong with them, for example, like them trainers, I'll say in really good condition, not worn too much, plenty of miles, lots of running left. That's generally about it. I'm not probably the best person to ask for keywords. I don't generally I know a lot of people focus massively on the keywords, but yeah, I'm not so sure. Where do you get your package parcel from? From the car boot sale. I used to buy all of my packaging stuff online through like Amazon or eBay or wherever. Now I just get them from car boot sale, and I buy them in like massive bulks. But I've literally just about to run out soon of the bags. Crap joke alert. Use your bungee rope to the clothes prices. It can go up and down. Yeah, you're not wrong, Chuck. I need to get the hangers yet as well. Would you sell more on eBay once your restrictions end? Also, do all charity shops do rag bags? Picking brains, mate. Yeah, of course you can tell. That's all right. Do you know what? I don't know, to be totally honest. I've got a lot of friends that obviously don't have restricted eBay accounts, and they say that eBay's a hard game now, harder than it once was. I don't know, to be honest. I would like to think so, but I don't really know, is the truthful answer. I'm not 100% sure. Charity shops do rag bags. Yeah, all charity shops will have rag bags. Like every charity shop in the country will have rag bags. Because, so effectively, rag bags are what they can't sell, haven't sold, might be damaged, might have just been in the shop for so long they can't sell it. And what they do effectively is they sell it to rag companies. And what they do is, like the bags that I buy, they'll sell them individually, technically by weight, but by bag, and they will sell them to the rag companies for, like, it fluctuates a lot, but like can be like 20p a bag, can be 13p a bag. And if you go in there and offer them more than what the rag companies are paying, then they're winning as well. That's what I do anyway. I just be straight up and honest and say, look, I know you don't get a lot of money for your rag. Would you like to sell it more? You never know. They might say yes, they might say no. And then you go next door and try that one. In the descriptions, I always put used, see picture. Yeah, on vintage. Here, is there any points? Just to conditions brief. Yeah, that's what I do. Like, I generally just write in good condition, or if there's something that needs to be brought up. Say if there's a stain. Like, for example, I put a coat up this morning, and it's brand new with tags. So I put brand new with tags. This is a skiing jacket, waterproof. Blah blah blah. But it had a stain on the back, like a little paint stain. It came out of rag bags. So I put, please be aware this has a small stain on the back. Please see the pictures. Is a paint stain. Haven't tried to remove it. And that's generally all I'll write. 420, how are you? I always see, obviously, you comment on the videos, but I've never seen you in the lives. How are you? What's your name, 420? It'd be a lot easier to call you by your name. Amazon used to be great until they brought in the minimum order to 35 quid. Only use eBay to buy now. Really? Yeah, I hear that, Chuck. What sort of stuff do you just buy anything, or do you mean like you're buying things in particular? Like, what else have I got around? Regatta bag. Thanks, mate. Love the videos and top geezer. Appreciate it, Tel. Thank you very much, mate. I do appreciate you watching. Legend. Good man. I'm good, bro. It's Gerard from Glasgow. Top man, Gerard. It's always a lot easier. Like, the thing is, I get it, you know, online you have like a username and that, but it's not very personable, is it? I also want to start selling clothes and items not used. Just haven't started yet. Just gaining knowledge before I start. Thanks for the advice from your lives and channel. Oh, thanks for watching. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, for me personally, when I started reselling, I just found it was I just learnt by doing, and I get it. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't watch. Like, I used to watch loads and loads of like reselling content, and that's how you get knowledgeable of brands and like what to buy, what to not buy, you know, what to pay, stuff like that. But for me, ultimately, the best way that I ever like learned, I don't know if it's me in general, but the way I sort of picked it up was just by doing. But I've always been like that, first-hand experience, you know, going charity shopping or going to a car boot sale, buying stuff, looking up stuff, seeing what things are worth. And then when you make them first sales, like something you've gone out and bought by yourself, and you're like, wow, I've actually like made money on that. there's no feeling like it. And then cause the thing is, in the reselling world, no one else is going to make you money. The only way you make money is by going out and buying things. So that's the way I see it anyway. Only purchases for you. Yeah, I get you, Chuck. Your videos are great for my commute. Top content. Appreciate that, Pelican. Them long train journeys, is it? Hey mate, love your videos. Not sure if you saw my comment, but instead of donating the leftover reg, I sell it as a bundle on Marketplace or as a resale car. Ah, do you, Techo? Interesting. I think I may have seen your message on the other reg video that I'd done. That's a really good idea, because I think you said that you sell reg as well, right? So what do? You just list it for like dirt cheap, to just like entice someone to sort of pick it up? Because the only problem I have with like Marketplace and stuff is like when you list things, people are so like nonchalant. Like they message you, goes, "It's still available." You go, "Yeah," and they'll go, "Oh yeah, I really want it," and then you'll never hear back from them, and you're like, "Oh great, thanks." Loving the rag videos. Be interested to know what you're willing to pay per bag for. I pay £3 a bag, Reese, for mine. I mean, it might be a little bit expensive compared to what some people pay. I mean, even like paying, £2 a bag, even £1 a bag, is more than what the charity shop gets than rag. But I don't know. I think the trouble is you've got to get it in. Like paying £3 a bag is hard to turn down, so it gets you in the door. And then I think longer down the line, then you can either start to negotiate or try different shops or whatever it is. But it's cheap, I find, because the way I see it is, in the reg bag, you only need one thing to make money. And then if you buy a bag, and like some of the bags are full of like Zara and H&M and Next and stuff like that. And, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of work. You've got to go through them all, picture them all, wrap them all, list them all. But if you're selling 10 things in that bag for £3 a go, you're still making 30 quid from the bag. Yeah, I sell my leftover rag to one lady now that found me on Facebook Marketplace for £5. Do you really? Wow, Taco. And what sort of stuff are you ragging? Selling out of the leftover rag? Is it like Primark stuff, or do you like leave something good? Like, I'd be interested to know sort of what stuff you're selling on for £5 a bag. £3 I think is good. Obviously, it's just the time it takes to process. Exactly, Reese. Yeah. See, luckily, my mum and sister love going through the bags as well. So usually, like when I buy it, I usually buy it on a weekend, and then one day a week when they're not at work, or if they're working later in the day or whatever, they want to come down and smash it out. So it gives me a hand, really. But yeah, it does take time. How do you find work etc. Trousers sell still tap? But yeah, I do. I remember one of my best pickups that I bought I bought a whole sort of like the deep see-through container boxes. I bought a whole box full of Engelbert Strauss shorts, which is like workwear. And they were brand new. I paid £2 a pair. They were unbelievable. I think I bought about 40 to 50 pairs of them. So I paid about £100 roughly. I was selling them for £25 a pair. It was amazing. Unfortunately, it didn't last forever. Annoyingly. Do you ever get a car boot sale to stall to sell your stuff? No, I don't, Chuck, to be honest. Now, where I'm using Vinted a lot more, if I'm getting things that don't sell as well on eBay, I'll just sell them on Vinted for cheaper. Don't get me wrong, I love the car boot sale. It's just a long day. You have to pack up the car, and then if you don't sell it, you have to take it back anyway, and it's a bit too much stress. I've had a few bids on Vinted where they offered a sale price, then after I've accepted, you send a message offering. Yeah, I know. I have a picture of Alan Partridge, where he says, "This is great banter." I usually just send him a picture of that. Not very professional, I know, but I don't even entertain people lowballing on Vinted anymore. I just can't be bothered. Like, I'm too busy in my day to be dealing with people. Like my good friend Tel, he sells loads on Vinted. He only uses Vinted, and he will like message or send offers to everybody who favourites his stuff. And he says you got to do it. Like that's how Vinted is, and I totally agree with him. But I just don't have the willing or time, because by me messaging and stuff like that, I could just be posting another listing. I could be listing something else, picturing something else. That's the way I see it anyway. Yeah, I'm like you. I sell the higher end stuff and give her all the high street brands like Next, etc. But she spends £100 a week with me and does a market on a Saturday and sells it all. Yeah, this is it, Taco. They're, so obviously, like you and me, we're looking for like the big selling things. But if you put in the work, like we could go and do the market. But from my point of view, like I'm just lazy. Like I've got so much going on already. I don't really want to give up another morning of my week, if that makes sense. But maybe we should. I don't know. Are we idiots for not doing it? Because it's money essentially. You're just throwing money away, aren't you? Like, don't get me wrong, £100 a week from rag is incredible. You're still making great money and then selling all the good stuff. But you could then be maximising that profit. It's just another day to give up. Congratulations for taking a leap of faith and taking us with you. Thanks, Pam. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely been good for me. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed my old job, what I'd done. I mean, I still do similarities in my old job with Ben when we do blessings and stuff, but I think, like, mentally working at my old place where I used to work, I hated it. I hated like, how I felt having to go there and the politics involved in the job and stuff like that. It was just, it become, like, mind-numbing, and I just had to get out. But it's the best thing I've ever done. I'm happy. I've left now. Yeah, I'm the same as you. I send offers out to anyone that favour. Oh, do you really? Wow. How does that work for you, Taco? Do you find that is do you get a lot of like conversations started and offers started from that, or is it just generally you send an offer out and you don't hear back? Because he says that to me and he's like, oh, I send all these offers out, like sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, and I feel like, should I do it? I don't know. Hello from Edinburgh, Ash. Hello, Aldo Ron. How are you? How's Edinburgh? I'm assuming it's cold up there at the moment. It's always cold up there, isn't it? Yeah, I can't be bothered. I make all my money back from selling her the scraps, and everything I sell from the bags on Vintage is pure profit. Yeah, no, I get that, Taco. I get that. Always fancied Susan, the lady receptionist in Alan Partridge. I do a wee bit of reselling, but nothing major. Your videos are great. I like your honesty. You seem a chilled guy. I appreciate that, Gerard. Yeah, yeah, people always say that to me. I'm very relaxed in life. I think I've done my stresses of working for someone else, and I don't know. I think when I went self-employed, I realised that there's a lot more to life than just being stressed all the time. And yeah, stress is an awful thing. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm not trying to say I'm stress-free in life, because I'm not. We've all got our stresses in life. We've all got family, we've all got friends, we've all got life, we've all got money, there's problems in everything in life, but I just try not to stress too much. Try not to, being the key word. It's not always that easy. A lot of people don't reply, but I'd say 20% accept the offer. So that's an extra. Yeah. No, I get you, Taco. I worked in a mental health hospital, and no regrets on leaving to resell. So are you doing it full time as well, Taco? Are you completely out of working for someone else as well? Yeah, I bet a mental health hospital was a tricky job. It's a great job. Don't get me wrong. The people who do that, take me out of here. There's a lot of people that struggle with mental health. Mental health's it's definitely a rising problem, isn't it? I think the trouble is that everyone has mental health problems now, and I just don't think there's the help out there. Especially like a lot of men. Like I've got mates that we all go through stuff, and men just don't like to talk, unfortunately. Not really talkers, are we, men? Should be. We should be. but we're not. That's why the lovely people like you guys. Yeah, full-time, left in September, been on Vinted full-time, also dabbling in Depop. How, do you know, so I actually got I got a direct message from Depop weirdly the other day on Instagram, and I was a bit thrown back by it. I was like, wow, that's cool. Anyway, they were saying, why don't you come and sell on Depop? Now, I did sell on Depop years ago, and I just don't know. Is Depop? For me, I always feel like Depop is very like vintage or um like rarer pieces and stuff, if that makes sense. Like, you need to have something like really cool to sell on there. Like, I don't feel like you could just sell a pair of like Adidas tracksuit bottoms, like, or you know, a regular pair of Nike tracksuit bottoms. I don't know. I miss it a lot. Love my patience, but it's a no-brainer. Yeah. At the end of the day, you know, life is very short. You've got to do what makes you happy. You know, you can help people out all you want, but you know, your own happiness comes first. Depop was sliding into your DMs. I know, it popped up on my phone, and we was watching a film. I was like, babe, look. I said, look, Depop will message me. I said, a bit weird, isn't it? Because apparently they were, when they were messaging me, they were saying that there's no fees on there as well, which I'm assuming is where they're trying to, you know, combat Vinted and stay in the loop. I feel like Depop's definitely not what it once was. Yeah, on average, I probably get 3 sales a week. It's still 3 sales a week though, isn't it? It's still, you know, it's still maximising your money as well. Like, that's 3 things that might not have sold on Vinted or eBay, or Vinted, sorry. Where's my pen gone? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Tango. Yeah. Anything's better than a kick in the teeth, isn't it? Loads today, Taco. So yesterday, from everything that sold, sort of from like Monday night to like this morning, or sorry, till yesterday afternoon when I left the unit. Rather than wrapping it all at the unit, I had so much to do yesterday that I just took everything home, and I thought, right, well, what I'll do is I'll wrap it at home, and then I'll send it today. So I think I've got between sort of 40 and 50 things going out. Have a great day, Ash. All in chat. See you on the next one, bro. Gerard, pleasure. Thank you very much for stopping by, mate. Thank you, appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one, no doubt. Look after yourself, mate. Yeah, definitely since I've started going over to Vinted, it's definitely been for me a lot better, a lot more enjoyable as well. Helja, hi from Berlin. Hi, how are you? All the way in Berlin, eh? Sanju, hello. Hi, bro. How are you? Hope you're well, whatever it is you're doing. For Sri Lanka, wow. In Sri Lanka, eh? That's amazing. First thing I do in the morning is check my sales. Yeah, definitely. Or all the offers you get on Vinted and stuff like that. Oh, right. One more thing to wrap here. And then I need to go and get, well, the other bag. I've just finished wrapping these two IKEA bags. I've got one more to go. And then going to take it all to the 5 various different places I've got to go. I've got InPost and Every and Royal Mail, which is the same place, which is lovely, that's a touch. And then I've got InPost, which is fine because I can just go to the locker. Then I've got DPD and I've got Relay, which is a bit of a nightmare. First thing I do is check myself. It's exciting. It is exciting. Thanks for the inspiration. Thanks for watching. It used to be known as, I always pronounce that word wrong. Is that Kalen? Kalen? I do a parcel run every day. Do you do every couple of days? Yeah, so I try to only post, so I usually post Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Just because the trouble is, I think my unit, for example, is about 25 minutes away from where I live. So if I only sell, like, say, 3 things in the morning, for me to go all the way to the unit just to pick up the 3 things, it's a bit of a nightmare. So I just leave it to sort of roll over and do it like that way. Oh, I've got so much to do. You know when, like, you know you've got so much to do and you're doing it and it just doesn't feel like you're getting anywhere near where you need to be. Oh, that's how I feel at the moment. Polly, hello Polly. Hello mate, day off from work. I've been doing the same thing, rapping. Where's my clown picture? It's I've listed it now, Polly, sorry. I finally listed it. Where's my clown picture? That bloody clown's giving me nightmares. Ceylon, I say it. Yeah, sorry, Ceylon. I always pronounce that wrong. Do I colour my beard? No. This is my natural ginger beard. As you can see. Apart from this big grey spot that I have. Just weird. Here you go, you can see it there. When I was younger and I had hair, this part of my hair used to go grey. I don't think you can maybe just about see it there. I had a little strip of it here. And then weirdly, as I got older and grew a beard, that same strip on the same side went grey as well. I don't post on a weekend. My partner makes me have a couple of days off. Yeah, I get that. I tend to post every day, to be fair. Like, other than, like I said yesterday, was probably the first time I hadn't posted. But yeah, I tend to post every day. Because the thing is, even say for example, like I wake up early, so if I wake up and no one's awake, I'll just sit there and just listen until people wake up, like the kids wake up or the missus or whatever. And rather than sitting there, I don't know, scrolling your phone on TikTok or whatever, I've already done my listing. Yeah, coffee and Bicky, but yeah, that's what I need. That's Chuck. You're bang on. That's exactly what I need. I was literally thinking that in my head. Maybe a cup of tea and a bit of soup. I'm a proper soup lover. I love a soup. Oh, sorry. Yeah, yeah. I'm always secretly listening. Yeah, yeah. No, I know what you mean. Yeah, I don't post on the weekends. So I post every Friday, like afternoon slash like when I leave the unit, and then I'll post Monday afternoon, Monday morning, whatever it is. Red Dot says hi. Hi, Red Dots. How are you? Chuck, now you've got me all excited. On eBay or Vinted, you sell the chargers. Which sells better? I would normally say eBay, but I've been selling them really well on Vinted now as well. Do you know what? For me, obviously, I used to just sell on eBay, which was probably my own mistake because I did neglect Vinted quite a lot, and through through my own negligence, I always did put Vinted last, and I've probably missed out over the years. I have, because there's things that like chargers or any electrical or even this hockey stuff. Like I would never list it on Vinted, and now I've started to list it on Vinted, and it's selling. Like I bought I bought a hockey rag bag. It was a big massive bag, and it was full of hockey stuff. And usually, I'd only list it on eBay, and I've listed it on Vinted, and I've sold all of it, and it's sold for good money. So I would just say, just list everything on Vinted as well. Just give it a go. Thank you for speaking clearly to your foreign audience. Appreciate it a lot. I do try. My own letdown is that I'm quite Cockney and I speak in a bit of slang, but I will try my best to speak as well as I can. After 7 years of being a top seller plus with 100% positive feedback, I too switched to Vinted. eBay with all their rules. I sell a lot more now, and everything is much simpler. Keep up the good work. Really, yeah, Red Dot. I'm sort of in the same boat as you. I was a top-rated seller for about 7 years, and it was only until about August of last year when I was selling the most I'd ever sold that I ended up having to get the Royal Mail to pick up my parcels, like a courier pickup, and they lost so many of my parcels in the space of a month that a lot of my things ended up becoming late shipment posting. And then I think I had about three resolutions that I apparently didn't sort. But I always just refund people without even getting a return. So I don't know how it done it. And then ever since I got evaluated in September or October, I've been below standard. And I thought, you know what? I don't even care. I'm just going to start smashing Vinted. And you're right, I've been so much happier, honestly. The postage is easier, the selling I think's easier, the listing's easier. For me, it's a no-brainer. Where's your hair gone? Cheers, Tom. Yeah, no, I have to go and look for it, mate. I didn't realise it had gone. eBay's dead. Yeah, Aldo agree. eBay's pants, Pelican. Yeah, I totally agree. I've just replied to the 5 items that have been favourited. See what happens. Yeah, cop. Why not? No, here comes the dog. What are you doing? What do you want, eh? Any thermal printer advice? Like, are the label different sizes with eBay and Vinted? So, I have a Munbin, I think it's called, and I set all of my labels to 6 by 4 inch, and they're all fine, absolutely all fine. But Munbin, yeah, I weirdly when I first started doing YouTube, Munbin actually sent me a printer for free, but I already had one, which was nice of them, and it was a Bluetooth one. Now I don't use Bluetooth; I use my laptop to do all my printing. So I actually ended up giving the laptop away when I hit 1,000 subscribers, which feels like a lifetime ago. But yeah, Munbin for me is the best printer I've used. I mean, I've only used Munbin, but never had a problem. A lot of English people are very hard to understand. Yeah, I know. Too many accents as well, which make it a lot more difficult. How does it feel to be bold? What? Do you know what? I feel like in life, other people are more affected by me being bald than me being affected by being bald. If that makes it, like, I couldn't care less about being bald. I genuinely couldn't. But other people seem to think that it should like affect you being bald, if that makes sense. But I'm very happy being bald. I save a lot of money on not getting haircuts every 2 weeks for 20 quid. I just shave my hair with a big razor, job done. Offer sent, my friend. Paulie, I'll thank you. I will look at it, Paulie, once I come off of here. Can I be on live more often? I do, yeah. I will try to be. Do you know what? I will try to go live maybe like once a week or something. I do realise that I don't go live a lot, and I should. I will. I definitely will. Vinted is the future. I hope so, Taco. Depends on what you're selling on eBay. Yeah, I agree, Reese. So this is what I do agree and I don't. I always thought that on eBay you could only sell electricals, and that was like the be all and end all. Like, you couldn't sell them on Vinted. But since I've started uploading everything on Vinted, I sell everything on Vinted now. Everything, even Hoovers, even air fryers, even I sold a Magimix food processor the other day for 45 quid, which is better than probably what I would have got on eBay. Like your humble way. I appreciate that. Yeah. Nothing like a bit of humility. We're all the same. We've all just got to be nice to each other. It's nice to be nice. Better to be bold than receding. Exactly. Taco, I could not agree with you more. I think I started going bald when I was about 19, and I just braved the shave. Just shaved it. Thought, yeah, that'll do. Like this. This is long for me now. A lot of the time I never have any hair. I'll just, like tonight, I'll just pick this, it'll be gone. But yeah, no. Lads, if there's any lads in here, I'm not calling you out. But if you're starting to go, just get rid of it. Go gracefully. You look better, trust me. Just get rid. Makes you look more like Vin Diesel. Yeah, I just need to get a bit more buff. How do I find you on Vinted? My Vinted is, I don't think I can type in here. It's Ash, ASH, one word, so ASH, and it's Saunders, like the YouTube name, 94. So Ash Saunders 94. That's my Vinted. Hi Ash, when will you be doing some work with Let's Get Cracking again? Me and my partner love watching it. Such a good laugh. Rob and Beth. Thanks, Rob and Beth. Actually, maybe very soon. I was at Ben's last night, funnily enough, and yeah, I can't really say too much because it's not my place to say, but maybe soon, possibly soon. What is the slowest day on Vinted? I find it to be Mondays. Do you know what? I'm in like a couple of like Discord. Do you know what? I should make a Discord group. I have thought about this because then, I don't know, just an easier way for people to interact and stuff like that. But and talk, because you know, in the reselling game, like, everyone's in the same game. Like, you can all ask each other things, and like it's nice to hear of other people's experiences and then get help, especially if you're like newer in the reselling game. Maybe I'll look into that. But anyway, I'm in a group, and a lot of the guys there take a lot of notice of like trends and when to sell, when to list, when to post. For me, I'm just a bit of an idiot, and I don't really know. I just tend to list all the time. I don't genuinely. I don't know where. So where obviously I tend to sell like a lot of items and list a lot of items. It's a little bit different for me because I post in such a volume. I do sell quite a lot in volume as well. So I don't know exactly is the answer. I don't know. I'd have to actually check. I should take more care of my business and look into it that way. You're definitely right. Maybe I will do that. I like that you're so normal and genuine in your videos. Some YouTubers can't be themselves. Thank you for your great videos. No, I appreciate that, Red Dot. Yeah, I'm generally just how I am in real life on my videos. Like, just I don't know. I just genuinely talk how I talk what I think. Try and be nice to people. I don't know. Expect people to be nice back, and that's it. Yeah, just treat people how you want to be treated. Rule number one in life. You want to treat people horribly, you're going to get treated horribly. You treat people nice, you get treated nice. You know, that's the way the world turns. I watch Ben, Colin, Ash, and Liam on all their individual channels. Do you really, Cop? You legend. You absolute legend. Yeah. Yeah, there's some good lads over there. There's some great lads. There's some lovely ladies as well that do a lot of work behind the scenes. Obviously, you guys only see, people on the videos and stuff. But like Ben's wife Sam, she does an amazing job, and you got Sophie, you got Emma. Honestly, it's a very well run, whatever you want to call it, channel, business, whatever. Honestly, Ben's doing a great job. Ben, and that's not even to mention the amount of good that he does for the world. He's got such a good heart. He always helps other people out. He's doing some good stuff, Ben. He's a great lad. Yes to the Discord, please. Yeah, Pelican. I tell you what, I will try and set that up tonight when I sit down, and yeah, I'll get that sorted. Let me write this down because my ADHD brain tends to wander. So if I write it down, and I'll go and stick it on the fridge, because that's where I enjoy a lot of my time at the fridge. Usually getting the milk out for a cup of tea. So I'll stick that on the fridge, and I will. I won't forget. I do gardens and home maintenance. So do you really, Cop? Nice. So I enjoy the content that you guys provide. Yeah, wicked. Yeah, so you're in the same game anyway. When you do gardens, do you do like more? Is it more maintenance side, or do you do landscaping, or a bit of both? Landscaping's a crazy hard game. That's a real art. Can you explain how to send parcels? I've never used selling sites. Yeah, so for me, for example, what I do a lot of is I will write down. So on Vinted, I don't actually print my labels. I just get them as a what's it called? A digital, like a QR code. So when you take it to the shop scans your phone, and then they'll print a label, stick it on, that's it done. So what I tend to do is I write out what they are. So this is Bauer, and this is Every, and this is a pair of ice skates. So when I wrap the ice skates, I stick this on the top, and then I know what it is. Pardon me. Then when I go to the Every shop, I show the scan for Bauer Every. They scan it. They put the parcel sticker on the parcel. Job done. They take the parcel. Flawless cleaning, including yourself, Ash. Do a fantastic job. Long may it last. Thank you very much, Chuck. Yeah. I often say this to people. When people ask, what you're really proud of. I think when you do work for people in need, I don't think there's quite anything like it. There's always people that no matter how many struggles you have in life, whether it's money or whatever it is, we all have money struggles and blah blah blah. There is always someone who's worse off in life, and to be able to do things for people that are worse off, and just to I don't know, just to feel how happy they are for it. There's nothing like it. Nothing compares. That's why you usually see me at the end of the video always crying or something like that, because it's happy tears. I'm always over the moon. But as soon as the person you do the work for starts to cry, then I'm going. I'm terrible for it. You're very easy to watch, Ash. You come across as a decent guy and easygoing. Thank you very much, Marty. I love the name Marty. It's a cool name. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I just try to be as I am. I mean, I probably swear a little bit less online. I swear a lot more in real life, but that's part of my vocabulary, unfortunately. That's being, I don't know, maybe being from a working class Londoner for you. I just, dropped too many F-bombs, I think. Maintenance mainly, lawns, bushes, weedings, a bit of fencing. Self-employed, but also with two mates, we do similar things on bigger jobs. Yeah, nice. Yeah, yeah. Good, honest work, innit, cop? You don't get work like that. I think, like, I really enjoy, like I said, with my old job where I used to do tree surgery, it's sort of closely aligned with, like gardening and stuff like that. So I've always been quite versed in it, and I love it. I do. Nothing like a good bit of honest manual graft. Makes you feel better once you've done it as well. I am back. Welcome back, Glynis. Welcome back. I hope the food bank was good. Hope you helped out some people in need. Painting and decorating in the winter. Yeah, my brother's a painter and decorator. That's if you ever see Callum in the flawless cleaning videos, that's my brother. That's another one of the many cousins that are in a flawless cleaning gang. Hello. Hi Joe, how are you? Hope you're well. Whatever it is you're doing on this fine day. Doing it full time, how do you work out your taxes, if you don't mind me asking? No, you can ask Nigel, of course. Do you know what? This is one thing that always is one of my pet peeves. Why do you never get taught taxes and stuff when you go to school? It's such an important thing. I know nothing about taxes. All I know is that you have to pay it. So rather than me trying to do it myself, I opened up a Monzo business account. Absolutely everything that goes in and out of my Monzo bank is business related. At the end of the year, or well, April, I just give my whole year's worth of bank statements to my accountant, and I go, right, have fun, good luck. And then he'll come back to me and go, right, you owe this much. And I go, great, brilliant, thanks. And then that's it. But yeah, definitely, in my opinion, get an accountant. I find that's the easiest way to do it. I would be so stuffed without my accountant, as much as I hate having to pay for him. But nothing in life is free. Ice skates, so they don't defrost before they get there. They won't in a minute, it's freezing. Ash is all right, I guess. Thanks, Glynis. Yeah. I tried to be. I'm still here. Boys are just loading the car with the deliveries. Yeah. I bet you have, like, in the food bank, I bet there's got to be, like, it must get busy there, right? I mean, in terms of, like, what you're having to send to certain places and stuff like that. It's a lot of, like, management as well, right? I used to be a payroll manager. Did you, Glynis? Ah, I didn't know that. Payroll manager. Yeah, don't trust me with your payroll. Actually, you probably should pay me your payroll. I'll just pay you too much. Whole family is nice. Ben, his dad Paul, Colin, Jack's a great lad. Liam's a great lad. All good people. Yeah, Jack's lovely. Jack is a good egg. Jack is. Don't get me wrong. They're all lovely lads, but Jack's a good boy. He's a young lad. He'll do anything for anyone. He's a good, nice young boy. Do you know what? He's always the lad who will go out of his way to do the extra job and stuff. He's a good boy, Jack. Hey up, pal. Hey up. It's Harry Maguire. Great name. How you doing, mate? You all right? Yeah, the day after we pulled the. Hold on, let me get my words out. When we pulled the Polk for Walking with the Wounded, the charity marathon walk, well, I don't know if anyone saw it, but we pulled like the sleigh thing for 26 miles or whatever it was. We then went to Leeds from there. So we'd done the marathon walk in Milton Keynes. We then left Milton Keynes at. The marathon started at 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, we got up at 5 o'clock in the morning. The walk started about 6:30, 7. We then finished the walk at like 7:30, 8 at night. We then got in the van, drove to Leeds, and got to Leeds about 3:30 in the morning. And then we cracked on doing if anyone watched it, where we done the church blessing for. I'm so bad with names. Hold on, let me get my names. I can't remember the lady's name. She was lovely as well. They treated us so amazing. They got us food. They made us cakes with the Flawless logo on it. They were fantastic. I'm so bad. But anyway, we done the church where they was changing the church that had been run down into a community for disabled children. And yeah, what I was getting at is that me and Ben were absolutely battered in the morning. Like, feet were covered in blisters, bleeding, blood in socks. Bless him, poor Jack got up early doors in the morning, ran all the way to Tesco's, which was like well out of the way, brought us back anything we needed. He's a good lad, Jack. If anyone doesn't watch Jack, go and give him a watch. He's a really nice lad. Gets really busy. We are open Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturdays, 2 hours, but it's a full-time job for Sarah, the lady who runs it. Look it up, PL84UL Suffer. That's amazing, Glynis. I'm always in awe of people who do charity work. It's absolutely amazing. Worked in aerospace for 20 years. Wow, aerospace. Working in supervising in a factory was so stressful and constant pushing for more. Yep, left in COVID, started Amazon delivery, then started doing the other stuff. Yeah, wow, in aerospace. That's incredible. That is absolutely unbelievable. Whenever someone says aerospace, I'm like, wow, he must be an astronaut. Automatically, he must have gone to space. Is your work seasonal? Seems like car boots in the spring, summer, rag in the winter. Which do you prefer? No, I work all year round. My local car boot sales open through the winter as well, so I still go to the car boot sales all the time in the winter. I have bought rag for years. It's just that I've never really made any sort of YouTube videos about it. It's only I made the one once, and everyone that watched it seemed to really enjoy it. And I thought, oh, maybe people might want to watch it a bit more. But yeah, I've bought rag for years now. It's definitely it's a tough game. It's a lot of work, but it's a volume game. But yeah, I really enjoy both. Enjoy watching Colin's world vids. What a talented man he is. Colin is one of the most talented people I know. He, in terms of building, he can do anything. He can do anything. Same as Paul. They're great. Just old school blokes who have been in the building trade forever, and they just know how to build anything, fix anything. Like, if you got a roof problem, Colin, I remember helping him do a roof at, it was Edie's house last year. It was about 35 degrees. It was so hot. And basically I was just lugging the roof tiles up and down. And I learnt so much from Colin that day. He's a talented bloke, Colin. The dark mornings look brutal at car boots, they are. Yeah, you'll still see me in my shorts and my socks and sliders. Al-Safa means veranda in Arabic, so it is plate for you veranda, meaning we cover food for everyone. That's really cool. That is amazing, Glynis. Honestly, you should be so proud of yourself. That's such a good thing. If only everyone in the world done a tiny little bit of charity work. Not saying that you have to, but I mean, it's not even charity work, just if everyone else was nicer in the world, eh? It's not even about charity, it's just being nice. Like, unfortunately, all you hear nowadays is horrible stuff, don't you? That's all you hear. Colin can do anything. He really can. He can really do anything, yeah. Hey, name a country for an edit. By the way, I'm going to use this in my video. Name a country for my edit. What countries do I like? Oh, do you know what? Nigeria. Best food in the world. He put a lead roof on a local 1,000-year-old chapel. A week later, some... Ah, yeah. I know, Glynis, I know. That's what I mean. People are just horrible. His last village's a roof. Yeah, it was Chuck. Yeah, he was fixing someone else's work, wasn't he? Can I say water? Is that the correct way? I say water because I don't know. Cockney, but water is how you should say it. Sarah does all the hard work. I just show up. No, don't say that, Guinness. Don't say that. Like you told me, it makes all sorts of people to make the world turn. That stuck with me, that did. I really like that. I got you. Nice, Shin. Thank you. Not all people are terrible. I tried to focus on the good ones. Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. Aerospace sounds great, but after 20 years, it's not. Got to go to some great places, but not for me. Yeah, I can imagine that takes you some a bit of travelling, definitely. All over the globe. I've got to go and post all of this. I can't be bothered. Oh, dear. Got the dog snoring away on the sofa. Someone else's bodge job. Yeah, I see that, Chuck. What can you do, eh? Unfortunately, in the building world, you get a lot of the old Bodget Leggett's and Scarpers, a lot of bodge work. James Mayer, I think that is. How are you? Hope you're well, mate. How are the Hoovers? Yeah, that's still selling them. Yeah, still doing what Hoovers do best. Take up all the space in my unit. Did you say you was in forestry before this? Yeah, so I used to work for the Environment Agency, and I used to do a lot of tree work. A lot of flood defence type work. So where there was floodplains and when trees come down into the water causing floods, we used to do a lot of tree work like that. All sorts. Hey, great stuff. How did you make reselling your full-time job? How do you deal with months not being the same in terms of sales and take home pay the bills? So when I first took the leap of faith to get into reselling, I basically just stopped spending any of my wages I was getting from my old job and just thought, well, let's see if I can make a full-time living wage out of it. Done it for a good 4 or 5 months and I could, and then I took the leap of faith and left my job. And I think in terms of dealing with months that are not always the same, it's just I think it's just a self-employment thing, unfortunately. Like any sort of self-employment is like that. But you just adjust. Like for example, eBay wasn't great for me, so I then moved a lot of my business to Vinted, and Vinted's been incredible. I haven't really looked back. You got any parcels to wrap, or are you done? I've done the majority. I've got one IKEA bag left, which is what I'm going to do in a minute. What's your feelings about Millwall finishing in the top 6 this season? Oh, there's still a long way to go. I was saying earlier, like, if you told me we'd be top 5 like halfway through the season, I would have been like, yeah, you're having a laugh. What are you talking about? But it's amazing. Even if we finish in the top half, I'll still be very happy. Millwall are known for having a very terrible start to the season and finishing well, whereas we've started very well to the season, so maybe we'll finish terribly. I don't know. I've never really been in this position before. Not the Championship, anyway. In my area, they've reintroduced some beavers to help the waters and floods. They're chopping down trees for us. Yeah, yep. They do that a lot because they make dams which end up being like natural floodplains and stuff like that. It's amazing. And then eventually they'll have too many and then they'll get massive and you have to go and clear them and stuff like that. No matter what brand they are, people call them Hoovers. Exactly. I say that all the time. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that. Yep, I always call them Hoovers and I get told off. I'm a Hoover man. Thank you, appreciate it. No, you're very welcome, Hawkley. You're very welcome. Yeah, I think self-employment, like no month's ever going to be the same. Some months you're going to do absolutely incredible. Some months you're not. It's just, I think when you have the really good months, you need to put away for the not as good months. Like, for example, like December last year for me was terrible, but December this year has been a lot better. Um, it's just it's just how long's a piece of string. You never really know, do you? It's all guesswork, really. I wish my dog would be quiet. She's so loud. I did put her in the other room so she could sleep in there. So if you can hear her snoring, I do apologise. When selling on Vinted, how long do you leave it until you send offers to favourites? Always keep an eye on Millwall, as you've got one of the many recent failed Stoke managers. I know, Toby. Big Alex Neil, what a guy. I was saying earlier, I think Vinted, like when things are going to sell, they tend to sell in like the first 2 days. And then after anything 3 to 4 days onwards, I never really send offers out. I'll just lower the prices of things, which then will automatically sort of send out an offer saying it's been discounted to people who have favoured it already. I'm in London trying to find out where to find stock. There's places all over. Charity shops, ask about their reg. Charity shops are very expensive. You've got car boot sales, you've got auctions. When you go to car boot sales, talk to the house clearance guys. They're always great. I love a house clearance guy. If you're in London, you can go to Hackney. There's the Thrift Factory. That's always good fun. They have some good stuff there. Mill let me down on Miyaka. Who did we play last? What, Sheffield United for the draw? Yeah, I didn't fancy us in that game. That was a tough game. That. If you told me we may be relegated at the start of the season, I wouldn't believe you. Yeah, it's a tough time to West Ham now. Oh dear. Oh dear. I had a good December, but January, with the weather being awful work-wise, give me a chance to start selling, see if anything. Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? Especially when you do like outside work, cop. It's you're always getting rained off. Yeah, it's tough. It is tough outside work. How did you find out about the regs from these shops? Just go into the shops. Just. Oh, how did I find out about regs? My stepmom works in a charity shop, and I didn't know what they were. This was years ago, and she said they were reg bags, and then she told me what they do with them and stuff like that. And then I just went round to various different charity shops asking. You just got to ask the question. Soy boy, I didn't see any parcels being wrapped, you mug. Right, you come in here just to say that, did you? Do you feel better now? You've probably only just come in here. I've been live for 88 minutes. You probably missed me wrapping the 30 things I've wrapped. What's your best sellers on Vinted, and what do you look out for the most? Trainers generally sell really well on Vinted. Yeah, trainers are always a go-to. Selling a lot of clothing on there at the moment. What else? Hockey stuff. Not something that I buy a lot of, but yeah, the hockey stuff has sold like hotcakes. I've sold all of it already. I'll see if I can get to those. Starting out and trying to get a small side income. Yeah, nice, Hookley, yeah. Do you know what? You go into a charity shop and ask if they say no, you go, all right, no worries, I'm going to go into the next charity shop. What's the worst that can happen? You're going to get rejected. It's just part and parcel. Like, you just got to keep going, sort of thing. Just try the next shop, Ken. Try the next shop. What item you bought made you the best profit? Don't say how much. Not my business. No. I've spoke about it before. I bought once from a car boot sale. I bought a box of brand new calculators. They were scientific calculators. Casio scientific calculators, and the woman said that her husband had just given up Amazon, and she said that the calculators were selling for like 12 to 14 quid each, and she said she wanted £2 a calculator. I think there was like 26 of them in there, if I remember correctly. And I said, all right, yeah, no worries. I said, how much do you want for all of them? And she said, oh, I'll tell you what, if you want to take all of them, just give me 30 quid. And I thought, all right, fair enough, I'll give you 30 quid. If they sell for £12 to £14 each, I'll be over the moon. So I bought them, took them back to the car, got them home, forgot about them. And then when I got back to the unit, I looked them up and they were actually selling for £35 each, or 40 quid each, some of them. And I listed them as a quantity listing for £33 each. So I tried to undercut the market. And someone from a secondary school messaged me and said, can I buy all of them? I said, yeah, of course you can. And they went, oh, could you do me a little deal? And I said, yeah, no worries. And I think I ended up selling them. I sold all 26 for £850 or something like that. And it was like a matter of hours later. 6 hours later, 7 hours later, something like that. Yeah. Never found them again, but... Is it worth selling parts when my Dyson stopped working? Yeah, definitely. I always sell parts. If it's only stopped working through like the motor or the batteries died or whatever, it all sells. Take the head off, take the parts, definitely. Oh, excuse me. I bought a book at a boot sale for £5. It was worth £350. Wow, Glynis. And you gave it away. Wow. I need to know more about books. I always look out for Bibles and stuff like that and religious books because I know that some of those can be worth good money. But you don't find a lot of them about. Ben wraps all the mugs. Yeah, he does. Yeah. The motor's burned out. Yeah, so just... You can even sell that. You can sell the part where the motor's burnt out and say it sold the parts, needs a new motor. There's still, honestly, there's money in parts. There's so much money in broken stuff. Like, you think that people run their whole business off of buying broken stuff, fixing it, and then selling it. There's a massive market for it. Mr. Nice Guy, do you get any retro video game stuff? Not as much anymore. I don't tend to look out for it, but I've had some in the past, yeah. I think the only thing I've got at the moment is Silent Hill 1, the demo disc, which, again, is not obviously the full game, but I think that's the only thing I've got that's sort of like retro. Nice one, it all added up for you. Yeah, exactly, Chuck, yeah. And the weird thing is that I was only walking in between the aisles of the cars, and I just saw the bag, and I never, ever asked to go through people's boots. That's not me. And she got it out and put it at the back of her car, and she'd already set up. This was like halfway through the morning, and I said, "Oh, are they for sale?" And she went, "Oh, I forgot to put them out." And I went, "Can I have a look? Is that all right?" And yeah, that happened. I bet she went home and her husband was livid. What's the time? Right, guys, as much as I'm having a lot of fun talking to you guys, I do need to go and have some lunch, get all this sent, and pick up the kids from school, so I'm going to have to love and leave you. But it's been a pleasure. I've been live for an hour and a half. Time has flown by. But I need to get some more stuff done, so I'm going to love and leave you all. Hope you have a lovely day, whatever it is you're doing. And I will see you all very soon. Nice guy. Nice, that's what you want. It's always nice to find a bargain. But I will love and leave you all. See you later, guys.